Honest question. Do you want to see significantly more reviews, go viral on social media, and have a profit margin of up to 60% or more? If so, then you're in luck, because in this video, I'm going to cover the top 4 ways to differentiate your Amazon product, stand out, be able to charge the highest price point, have the biggest margin, and be the best seller in your category. And if you're thinking that's all too good to be true, just wait, because the information I'm about to share with you, most people are actually paying money for. So I hope you find it valuable. And if so, consider hitting that subscribe button right now on your screen for actually valuable Amazon FBA tutorials, case studies, and tips. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get to it. So 4 reasons you'll win. Number 1 is going to be a little bit obvious, but very important. And the other 3, maybe not as well known or thought about. So number 1 is obviously your product quality. It doesn't matter how great your marketing is, your packaging, your photography, or whatever. If you have a crappy product, you will get bad reviews, period. And you will not sell, and it will hurt you in the long term. So it's extremely important when you're supplying your products, make sure you get samples, make sure you're using inspection services, make sure you are literally having your mindset, I want to make the highest quality product on the market. That's kind of the base. We kind of know this, but want to touch on this because it's absolutely important. So number 1, product quality. Okay. Let's move on to number 2, one of the most underutilized assets by far by all product businesses. That is product packaging. Okay, and I'm gonna show you some examples. So take this example right here on the screen. So let's say you're in a hardware store and you're looking at 2 different paintbrush options. So we have maybe the generic option, it comes in like some plastic wrap or just a generic, little kind of cardboard. And here you have cardboard that's a little bit more creative. Now what's interesting here about product packaging is if you just apply creativity, you can have product packaging that is exactly the same cost as it was before or the exact same cost that it costs your competitors, but is done in a way that draws a lot more attention, that when people buy it or they see it on Amazon on a main image, they're gonna click into it. When they receive it, they're so inspired by it, they're gonna post it on social media, buy from you again. Really, really powerful. Because think about if this exact same product, exactly the same, you just duplicated it, and instead of the kind of this man's face with that kind of mustache or with this beard, you have it's just black or it's just all white, right? So maybe a little bit cheaper packaging, but pretty much the same. But in one case, you have the most boring packaging in the world, the most generic. And in the other case, you have something extremely creative. The key here is to apply creativity to your packaging. And you're gonna see that in the next 3 tips, that creativity is king with products. If you wanna differentiate, you wanna stand out, this is gonna go crazy. Again, you could have a paintbrush and just doing something like this on Amazon, you're gonna be the only option on Amazon that did something creative like this. The only one. Your images are gonna stand out. People are gonna click on you. People are gonna ultimately buy more, right? So it's really powerful, and show you a couple other examples. So I actually saw this example or something very similar to this in a Walmart in Utah, which I thought was really cool. And I guess this started in China or something, but how funny is this, right? So if you're gonna sell bread, right? I don't know if this is a 6, I think it's just a 6-pack of bread rolls. You could just have generic packaging, right? Like a white box with some plastic over top. Hey, here's our bread. Our bread, it's really good quality. Okay, awesome. If I'm in a store and I have 2 options, I can buy from this generic white or this one, which one do you think I'm gonna buy? Especially because think about it, what am I buying this for? 6 rolls of bread, am I gonna buy it for myself? Maybe. But if it's the summertime, like it was in July, then maybe I'm getting ready for a July 4th party or some kind of Christmas or whatever it might be, a gathering with other people. How cool it'd be for me to take this product and put it down on the table for everyone else to see. So not only are they gonna love the bread, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you had the best idea for this party or for this event. That was amazing. Or am I just gonna buy it or not even buy it? Maybe I'm like, oh, guess what? I went to the grocery to look for something else. I'm not even interested in bread. Guess what I'm gonna do? Take a photo, I'm gonna upload it to my Instagram story, be like, how cool is this? And imagine that happening hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of times. You may think it's far-fetched, absolutely not. Again, this product packaging can be very similar in price point to other product packaging, but it's just the creativity that's applied and just common sense. Think about it and think about how you can do this with your product. What I would strongly encourage you to do, if you're like, Sumner, I get the 2 examples, but they don't apply to my product whatsoever. Well, of course they don't. What you want to do, and you should never find something online that already applies to your product. You should be creative and come up with it yourself. But for some inspiration, I'd really encourage you to just go on a Google search and look at creative product packaging, cool product packaging, viral product packaging, all those different keywords, and just save different options that could be relevant to your product, like I have here on the screen, but a lot of different kind of creative ways. And again, it's just limited by yourself. You can absolutely do this. And another really important point is a lot of product packaging involves paper, right? Paper was invented I actually don't know if it's China or Japan, but had a long history, right, in China. Origami in China, right? And you may think that is completely irrelevant, but if you are sourcing products in China, there are some phenomenal suppliers in China that specialize in product packaging. So what you can do is either get some packaging done with your current supplier, whoever that might be, but what you might also consider doing, and what we do, in certain cases, it depends, we'll actually have another supplier specifically produce packaging, then we have our main supplier for the product, and then the packaging supplier ships the packaging to that, and then they bundle it kind of together. Okay, so that's just something else to consider. And there's a lot of phenomenal, very inexpensive. And another little pro tip, if you are reaching out to suppliers, especially these, kind of like packaging suppliers, ask them for some ideas or inspiration, or what are some products that you sell, or give them your product and say, hey, we're actually looking to potentially, find a supplier just for packaging. Do you have any ideas of what you would do for our product? And they will be more than happy, because if they want your business, right, to send you some ideas, and you might be really surprised. Really impressive stuff. And you'd be surprised, a lot of creativity out of China as well, of course, as well as a lot of other places. But oh my goodness, guys, you don't even need to spend a lot more money per unit, and you could just go crazy viral. Yeah, it's amazing. So anyway, hope you understand the value here. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, also extremely overlooked, product images. Okay, keep it really simple. Your customers cannot touch your product, smell your product, taste your product. They can't hear your product. They can only see it. So that's the only sense that's being stimulated on an Amazon listing. So it is extremely important for you to connect with that as much as possible. You want them to feel your product, hear your product, smell, and taste your product by seeing it, if that makes sense. How are you going to do that? Extremely rich, beautiful, and professional product images. This is the one place that you do not want to skimp on your product listing. There's even a statistic from a Amazon product photographer named Sherritt Studios. And they had clients, it was on average, they looked at the data, and clients who kind of came in to Sherritt Studio, like for product images, from what they had before to the new images, they saw a 300% increase in revenue, okay? Images have the ability, if you're kind of struggling with sales, can completely transform. So many sellers are like, oh, images are expensive. Where can I get it done the cheapest? So they go to Fiverr, Upwork, and get something really cheap and really crappily done. And they're like, oh, it looks good. If your response to your images or your friends or family are like, oh, those look nice, then you've done a terrible job with your images. It should be like, holy crap, are you serious? These are amazing. These look like they belong in a magazine. So that's the test. You want to make sure that your images look like they come out of a magazine. That's just kind of one example. And again, go on Google, do some research, go on Pinterest, go on Etsy, a lot of different great places for you to get some inspiration. And here's just some more examples of some really phenomenal product images. Again, product images, lifestyle images, and infographics. Those are the 3 types that you have. I have a full video on product images already here on the channel that you can kind of look at, but just kind of highlighting that. If you guys skimp on product images, you will fail on Amazon, period. Like, you might make some sales, it might be okay. It'll never be amazing. It'll never be great. If you really want to crush it, put in that investment, because it is an investment. We do with all of our products, and we've seen amazing results, and would encourage you to do the same. So that's number 3. Moving on now to number 4, which I'm super excited about as well, are add-ons, digital and physical add-ons. So right here on the screen, what you see is a burial urn. You can cremate a loved one, turn their body into ashes, and then put those ashes into a beautiful jar called an urn, okay? So we have the urn here, and this is a very interesting case study by Seth Kniep, so I want to kind of shout him out for this. Very, very cool. This is an actual product. Burial urn, charge around $100 on Amazon. And what the brand owner of this product realized is that there is a lot of people having difficulty getting those precious ashes of their grandmother into the urn without spilling them. And what they also realized is, like, they went to China and were like, hey, do you guys have any products that could like help, like maybe funnel the ashes into the urn so it doesn't spill, because this is a really important process. And what they ultimately came up with is they found this like funnel and these little toothpicks basically for like 6 cents or even less, just a few cents to source this additional product, this add-on, this funnel. What they did is they took the funnel, took the little kind of chopsticks that help, get the ashes there and kind of clean up, along with a nice little message, just a heartfelt message saying, hey, we know that you lost a loved one, and this is an extremely special moment. So we want to make sure that, everything goes right. And here's just kind of how to properly use this little add-on product. So that little insert plus this, like I said, just a few cents per unit. And this product, the price point is around like $70 to over $100 on Amazon. Okay. So you have this higher price point item with this little add-on. In terms of the additional cost, it's so minimal, but the cost is low and the value added to the customer is ridiculously high. So that's what you want to be. Again, creativity wins. Creativity with your images, with your packaging, and with your add-ons. What are other small, lightweight products you could bundle or add on with your products to increase the value? Because guess what you can do? Either you can just leave your price point the same and just get a ton of reviews. People are like, oh my gosh, this brand actually gave up about me. They actually cared about me. Oh my gosh, they're actually thinking about me. How rare is that? Every other seller is just asking me for, please help our small business with reviews. And this seller is really thinking about us and adding on more than we expected. So you can keep your price point the same. Don't tell anybody about your little add-on and just get a ton of reviews and get repeat purchases. Or on the front end, you can have your product images, maybe a bullet point mention in this case, like the funnel, and just kind of help stand out from your competitors in the beginning and kind of get more of those sales. So again, it all comes down to creativity. It's not like, oh, Summer, where do I find these? In here. And then next, in terms of digital, I think this applies to every seller, really, or almost every seller, really powerful. So I found this product on Amazon. It's just some kind of, basically this like motivational journal, this challenge journal. It's like a weekly planner, but it has like some motivational aspects to it. I think it's a little bit more feminine, a little bit pink. I love pink too. So we have this physical product. And what's interesting is I went on Etsy and typed in, challenge, printable, challenge download, and came across this 75 hard challenge that people are actually buying on Etsy. It's actually selling pretty well. And how cool it would be if this seller of the physical product had this digital accompaniment with their product for free. So this digital product that people are buying on Etsy, what if they had a similar type of product, digital product, that they bundle with the physical that's free, okay? This can go so many ways, guys, so powerful. So if you're selling one of these products, hey, there's an idea for you. And I have a full video on product inserts. And in my product insert video, I talk about all this in depth, how to find digital products that sell well on Etsy that you can then kind of not take the exact product, but, emulate and then sell with your physical product. And ultimately you can sell it on its own on Etsy and make money. We have one product last month that did about 1,700 in sales as a digital product on Etsy that we're also using and we're adding into our physical products where people can scan and basically get the digital product with the physical for free. And also now people are leaving more reviews, helping us on Amazon, selling on its own on Etsy. If people want to cross-reference, they could be like, oh, is this actually valuable? They go on Etsy. Oh my gosh, people are paying $10, $15, $20 for this and they're giving it to me for free. Holy crap, this is an amazing brand. So anyway, if you want more detail on that, I have a full video, product inserts video, the newest one that I made. I'll try to link that in the resources section along with everything else. You get it in the description. And okay, how does that work that you have some kind of digital product or digital download or printable that you give? How does that work? The simplest way is, again, with your product insert or your thank you card. It's a piece of paper, and just like money, right? Money is paper that if it wasn't printed and colored in a very, very, very specific way by a very specific institution, then it would be worthless. It'd just be a crappy piece of paper. But because of a lot of different variables, it has value. So take this piece of paper, this could be square, rectangle, and you're going to add this on top of it, and it's going to all of a sudden make it extremely valuable. So here we have, in this case, free 75-day challenge. As a thank you for being an amazing escape plan customer, we are going to give you our 75-day challenge for 100% free. And then what you'll do is go to qrcodemonkey.com, create a QR code that links to your digital download. Your download can be an ebook. It could be a printable, something that people can actually download and print like this. It could be a Google Sheets template, like I showed in the other video. Really, don't limit your creativity. Just think about something that's downloadable or digital that is valuable. And there's plenty of ways. Just Google it, go on Etsy just for some inspiration. And you have the QR code. And what you could also have is if you have a domain for your website, create a subdomain. So it could be like gift.website.com or challenge.website.com. And people can either scan the code, or if they have issues scanning, they can type in that URL into their browser and then go to the same place. And again, it'll just direct them either to like a Google Drive or a Dropbox folder. It could be that simple, where they can download, or it takes them directly to, for example, like the Google Sheet, or if it's a Google Doc or whatever, and they can access it there. So it depends on what it is, but that's kind of the overview of how you would get it. And guess what? You do the physical product and the digital product and even add more and more value and just outvalue everybody else. You will absolutely crush it. If you do these things that I just shared with you, quality product, okay, phenomenal creative packaging, impressive, beautiful images, and add-ons, real value adds. Think about it. If you actually are real with yourself and you do this with the product that you're selling right now or the product that you're going to sell, what do you think is going to happen to it? Do you think you're going to be successful or not? Or do you think you're going to be more successful or less successful, right? The answer is clear. And we're actually thinking about making some case study or update videos on kind of before and after of implementing these. So if you want to catch those, as well as our other valuable tips, tutorials, and templates for Amazon sellers and e-commerce entrepreneurs, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. And also consider checking out our affordable Amazon FBA course that we're currently in the process of literally completely revamping. I've spent the past 2 weeks nonstop recording new content, including content like this. So if you want to see just way more in-depth hacks and tips you won't hear anywhere else because they've been created here, then be sure to check that out. Link to this and everything else will be in the description section below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you found it valuable. God bless, and look forward to seeing you in future videos.